Okay, we're back. Alright, so I went ahead and took off at least one mod that I said I didn't really like. And I'll just go over that with you guys, whatever it was, when we go through the mods. But, yeah. So, I guess while we're loading, yeah, so I'm kind of recording this, like, early in the morning. Usually I like to, play Skyrim early in the morning on the weekends, get my coffee. Well, actually today I got Powerade, but, yeah. Yeah, it was one of my favorite things growing up, as a kid on this game, doing, waking up early in the morning. You get the sun shining through the windows, and, yep, and you got one coffee in your hand. Even though I didn't actually start drinking coffee until I was like 18, but oh man, it's such a chill game. Especially when you get the Skyrim music flowing too. So, yeah. Alright, so here's our list of mods that we have. So I went ahead and in the last part, I went ahead and put in the description the order that I put the mods in the description below. I'll put it in the sorry, I can't speak. Like I said, it's kind of early in the morning, but I'll put in the description below on how I order these mods once again. Alright, so anyways, obviously we got the unofficial Skyrim Special Edition. Even if you don't generally like playing with mods, it is good to have this one because it fixes hundreds of bugs. Sometimes, like in vanilla Skyrim, there'll be a bug to where you can't beat a certain mission. It's a Bethesda game. It's a big open world game. It happened. And speaking of which, as of today, November the 14th, it has an update. So, anyone who's watching it and hasn't updated it, this yet, get on it. Next thing, we have a patch for a Creation Club. Self-explained. And then we got increased population, which explains why there's so many, you see a lot more NPCs walking around than normal. We got the militia one. Okay, and what I think, what was going on in the last episode, getting ambushed by all the stragglers and lunatics, is that there was another mod that went with the series called Rising Threats, and I guess that's what it did, and it honestly just annoyed me more, so I went ahead and just took it off. Anyways, we got better vanilla perks for PS4. We got triple gold because hey, who doesn't want more money? Then we got better graphics. So, anyways, so obviously when you have a mod that affects your graphics, go with one. I went ahead and went with this one because this one, it kind of makes some of the colors look weird. Like the Skyrim logo on the main menu just makes the logo look greenish and not silver. It doesn't look metallic. It looks weird. But anyway, so yeah, I prefer this one. Plus, this one does a little less on your system than this. What do you call it? I don't know. I can't really think of what I want to say about it. But basically, I like this one a little bit better. It doesn't have as much memory space as this one. Anyways, we got Skyrim Windy. This just makes the floor wavy and stuff. You got Obsidian Weathers. Better weathers. I think more weathers and stuff too. I don't know. Anyways, you got water, makes the water look better. Luminous astronauts or atronauts, whatever you want to call them. Basically, you have your summon, whatever those three guys are in the pictures. The frost astronaut, stone, something like that astronaut, and the flame dude. Basically, makes them glow in the dark. Looks cool. Simply more trees. I don't need to explain that one. Extra sound setting for Beast Edition. I guess it just adds more sounds to the beast in the wild. But I guess it also goes with louder nature, birds and insects. And this is what this mod was what was making the crickets, literally just freaking chirp in everyone's ear in the last part. But I'm gonna keep it on for now because I was able to turn down the crickets. But if they get to the point where it's really, really loud, I'm gonna turn it off. Hopefully it's safe to take off mid-game. We got Morrowind music integration. This one just adds the Morrowind music from the Dragonborn DLC with the mix of Skyrim. They're all really beautiful sounds. Yeah, awesome. Man those borders. This one adds outposts around the world. Because, Skyrim's at war. Why would there not be outposts, Civil War border camps, once again, that's just add border camps around because, again, there's a Civil War going on, so why is there no barracks and garrisons around Skyrim? Who knows? Lancers of Skyrim, this just adds lanterns on the main roads, in the villages, and stuff like that. Simple enough. Deadly bosses, just add deadly bosses around the world. I mean, some of them are like giant wolves, other ones are just, you know, big evil dudes. Ultimate kills, so this is what made, you know, me getting easier decapitations. Usually in the vanilla games, if you want to get decapitation, you have to rank your, either your 1 arm or your 2 arm, a lot, you know, higher, something like that. But this one, you can do it at level 1, you got more kill moves, and it's so worth it. Creation clubs, so these two are basically, makes the what's in the creation clubs version of Skyrim a lot better. Better backpack and better ingredients, basically. Immersive movements. This just makes it to where like your character kind of moves slower. It makes you feel more human and all that stuff, especially depending on which, you know, which way you're looking at and moving. Say if I'm walking backwards, I'm not like walking backwards at the same pace that's like I would walk forward, because you can't really do that in real life. I don't know. I guess if you got long legs, you can. Wear multiple rings. You got 10 hands. In this game, you can only put 1 ring. Why? I don't know. But I can just, you know, I can basically mix that up now. So I can put, I guess, as many rings as you want to. But logically, you can only put 10 rings unless you want to put rings on your toes. I wouldn't recommend that though. I think there is a reason why there's never been a toe ring before. At least as far as I know. Creature, food, and realistic loot. Basically, it adds legit loot to creatures, you know, their heart, hide, etc, etc. Better loot also just makes loot a lot better to find, you know. It makes it worth treasure hunting, or it makes, like, when you're going through a dungeon and there's a treasure at the end, it makes it more worth it. Better combat AI. This just increases the combat for enemies and hopefully followers as well. But yeah, that's all I got to say. Imperial holds with female guards. So this basically adds female guards to the Imperial holds. One thing I noticed in the vanilla game is that there's no female guards as far as I know. This one just adds it. Cause, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I guess it just makes it more diverse, a little bit more realistic, I think. I mean, I don't know. I guess back in the medieval days, I mean, females weren't soldiers, but you know, this is a fantasy game, so elves weren't a thing too, or whatever. All right, whatever. All right, so these 2 mods I'm gonna actually set up for around December. They obviously just they're just fun mods, and they are safe as far as the description said. They're safe to turn off mid-game. I guess we'll see. But basically, this just adds Christmas outfits to certain characters. I hope I can find one for kids too. Try to make it as Christmassy as I can, but we'll have to wait and see. Cloaks to Skyrim. This just adds cloaks to, I guess, just the guards and such. I'm not quite sure. I haven't noticed any cloaks just yet on any other NPCs, but yeah. For some reason, Skyrim doesn't have capes, except unless you use the Nightingale outfit, but that's it. Why do I use this one? Because capes are cool. Duh. Enhanced loading screen. Now, even though we are on the PS5, we will still get loading screens that goes at a decent time, maybe like 5 seconds or so. This makes it to where we don't see the same loading screen like a million times. Birds and flocks. This is add more birds and bats to like caves and you know, certain areas of the map. Better skies. It makes the sky prettier. Now, the sky is already hella pretty. This just makes it more prettier. Multiple follower system. So in the vanilla game, you can only have 1 follower. This just add, you know, more followers. I mean, self-explanatory. Home improvement. This basically makes every vanilla houses more appreciated, better. So I think in the Whiterun house, there's actually like a basement you can go into, which you can like store all your collected items and stuff like that, like an armory. It's so cool. I've had it one time and it was really good. So I was like, you know what? Let's just have it again. Faster leveling. Now, I don't personally have that much issue with how the leveling works, except when you get to like maybe like level 40 and higher, it feels like it's taking forever to, you know, get anywhere when it comes to leveling. So this just makes it work faster. Better horses. I rarely use horses, but I figured, you know what, it's a quality of life change. It's only 6 kilobytes as well, so good, might as well use it. Writing stacks of Skyrim, so I guess this makes the Saturilla Creation Club to where you can have, you know, stacks that you can ride on. Juhas, whatever, dirt replacer. This basically is what you're seeing. If you kind of noticed, on our way to Riverwood, the roads are more dirt and less stony. This is why. This makes it to where, you know, there's more foliage, more grass, you know, everywhere around the landscapes and all that stuff. Change the structures of snow too. I can't wait to see what that looks like, which we might see in the next part or the part afterwards. But so far it looks pretty. It's worth it so far. It looks good. Immersive citizen. This makes it to where citizens aren't like robotic, you know, doing the same thing every day, or like if it's raining, they won't just, you know, try to be making rain angels or something. I don't know. Basically, when it rains, they run. When there's an attack going on in the city, they run. They don't just sit around there and watch. Realistic conversation. Now, honestly, I don't exactly. I've had this one since the PS4 version came out, but as far as I know, I think what this does is that this basically makes NPCs like actually have conversations with each other. Obviously they did that in the vanilla game, but what I think is that they actually have more stuff, you know, like, oh, how much can I buy? Well, that's great. Can I have it for free though? You know, stuff like that. It's I don't know. I don't know too much, but I have noticed a difference. If that makes any sense, it doesn't, but you know, screw it, we're gonna roll with it. Alright, spent 10 minutes talking about the mods that I'm using. Let's go ahead and get going. We need to talk to Gerder. I just realized too that, you know, we didn't really have to rent a room in the inn. What are you doing? Are you pooping? Ew. We didn't have to rent a room in the inn because Gerder does not invite us to a house like she's supposed to. Nice. Alright, so we'll go ahead and wait for see if we can find Rayloff and Gerder. Gerder is supposed to give us like some food that we can take. Which, speaking of which, I actually need to sell some of my items because in the survival mode your carry weight is decreased. So, yeah, I swear to God, that was me being hungry. Yeah, I kind of wish there was certain stuff you can take off with the thing, like the carry weight and all that stuff. But I mean, it is what it is, you know.
Take a look.
All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and do this. This also will make it a lot harder to just like hoard stuff and then eventually sell it to NPCs. What I usually do with when it came to the first part is to like collect as many stuff as I can
until next time,
without getting overcumbered, and then sell them. And then, you know, it's just some extra money, but I guess you can't do that right now. So, oh, there you are. Sweet.
I'm glad to help any way I can.
Alright. Let's see. Is there somewhere I can buy fresh supplies?
And by supplies, I suppose you mean weapons and armor? Alvor can help you out. He's our blacksmith.
I've noticed that. What can you tell me about Riverwood?
It's my mill. Some folks thinks it's my town too, but it ain't. The Jarl in Whiterun owns the land and the town. I just pay the taxes.
How do I get to Right One from
Cross
here?
the river and then head north. You'll see Whiterun on its hill as you pass the falls.
What can you tell me about the Jarl?
Jarl Balgruf? I don't mean to be disrespectful as he's ruled Whiterun hold well for years, but he seems in over his head now. He's been trying to stay out of the war, but it can't last. He's going to have to pick a side. I'm afraid he's going to make the wrong choice.
Why? Is he loyal to the Empire?
I wouldn't say that. But he and Ulfric have been at odds for years, and I'm afraid Balgruf will end up siding with the Empire because of it. But it's hard to believe that even Balgruf would choose Elisif over Ulfric.
So you support the Storm... well, we already know she supports the Stormcloaks. Who's Elisif?
I suppose she's Jarl Elisif now. She married High King Turig just before Ulfric killed him. The Empire supports her claim to be High Queen. I don't really have anything against her. Not her fault that her husband Turig was bought and paid for by the Empire.
Damn.
But she's nothing but a puppet for the Empire now, with her husband Turig dead. Ulfric will make sure she never takes the throne as High Queen.
So Ulfric killed the High King?
Some say murdered, but it was a lawful challenge in the old way. Ulfric called him out as a traitor to Skyrim and killed him in single combat. If Turig couldn't defend his throne, he had no business being High King.
So there's no High King now?
No, not until the moot meets to choose another, and it won't meet until one side or the other wins the war. Don't worry though. Ulfric is our rightful High King. He'll drive out the Empire, and Skyrim will have peace at last.
Do you have any supplies I could take?
Like I said, I'm glad to help in any way I can. Help yourself to whatever you need within reason.
I just need food, fam. Nom, 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 nom. Thank you.
Good day.
Alright, let's go ahead and, I guess we need to eat up, to keep the stamina from going down, right? Yeah. Yeah, stamina's reduced, attack with weapon at 30% slower. Yeah, we're gonna do that. What's Gutworm? Gutworm. I guess, ooh, it restores 25% less hunger. Well, that sucks. Do I have a potion? I think it's just, I think Gutworm's supposed to be a disease thing, but it doesn't seem like I have anything, so I guess we'll go ahead and try eating food right now. Let's cheese and an apple. That barely looked like it took anything. Am I that hungry? Oh my god. Alright, let's go ahead and talk to Alvor again.
Looking for a new blade?
I'll let you armor my horse. Oh, that's another Creation Club thing.
Yes.
If I don't have a horse, that's to armor
How
up,
about
so.
you smith me an iron dagger?
Oh, whoop, I meant to
Everything
actually
you need
ask you that.
Take a look.
Let's see, I want to go ahead and sell you silver wait, what? Where's the silver necklace? I swear to god I took a silver necklace. Okay. Oh, I did. Oh no, don't tell me the game is gonna be like where it's like, well, it is survival mode, so you can't just sell a silver necklace to anyone. Damn. Woo, this survival mode is bringing up a whole nother challenge. Alright, so basically I asked this guy, do you need any help around the forge? So let's go ahead and do that, because blacksmithing is something that we are definitely gonna be exploiting to get the best armor. Anyways, let's go ahead and craft this iron dagger. Bam.
Decent weapon you've made. Iron or steel is what you need. Leave that fancy elven stuff to the elves.
Here's an iron dagger.
Not bad, but it's a little dull. How about you sharpen it up? Just need a bit of metal and the grindstone over there.
So this is basically a tutorial on like how the smithing works, and smithing is very important in Skyrim. Like I said, you can get the best armor easily from
I
here.
could forge you a war hammer that would crush a giant's head like a walnut.
Sure. I've sharpened the iron dagger.
This looks good. Put time into your blades. They'll serve you well when you need them. If you want to keep helping, how about you make some armor? Let's start by tanning some leather on the rack.
Alright. The tanning rack is used to turn animal hides to leather, and to cut leather into strips. Both leather and strips are used in creating and improving weapons and armor. Go.
You the sneaky type? Got
Not
some
really.
nice
Alright, here's the leather you wanted.
Good. A lot of weapons and armor need leather for straps, fittings, that kind of thing. Let's see if you can make a hide helmet. Here's the rest of what you need.
So then we'll go ahead and create the hide helmet. Bada boom. You know, get some free level ups in there too. Why not? Speaking of which, crap! Forgot I can't actually level up anything until I go to bed.
Whatever you need. My smear if it's simple.
Here's a hide helmet.
I should hire you to be my assistant at this rate. Let's improve the fit. Take this leather to the workbench over there.
Right. This. Bam.
You're looking for... You have talent. Keep working at your craft, and you'll be a fine smith one day. Why don't you keep that dagger and helmet? Maybe you'll remember me when you're making Skyforged steel, huh?
Alright.
Aye.
There you go. So we got some extra stuff now. So let's go ahead. I don't, as far as I know, I haven't noticed any shrines or whatever they have of any of the 8 or 9 divines, whatever you want to be. I think there's actually 9 divines. I think Talos has his own shrine too. And going to the one of the shrines or having a potion that cures diseases will probably help take care of this gutworm problem that we have. And then if we do that, we can go to an inn, get some food, and hopefully wipe this hunger away. But I feel like I'm going to be blowing all my money on food at this point. So, yep. Oh, look, it's the flock mod. I think it's the flock mods. Flock mods. I feel like I just created a new word. Flock mod. Alright. Anyways, so yeah, I feel like I actually had something to talk about, but I kind of don't. But it's fine. I mean, we can always, you know, just sit back and enjoy the wonderful music of Skyrim. Like I said, man, this music is awesome. Never gets old. Well, what's up, fam? See, just slaughtered yourself, wolf. Don't mind if I'll go ahead and take that. Eat that, eat that. So it's best to, whenever we find an ingredient anywhere, it's best to go ahead and just eat it, just so we can know its effect, and then create potion. Now, I never use, the only potions I ever really use is stuff that involves your health, stamina, and magicka. But like the other ones with like the, with like poison, like, you know, uses to poison this person or to paralyze, stuff like that, I never really used, to be honest, because I don't know, I just haven't really changed my gameplay all that much. And obviously I do like to mix up the gameplay a bit. Like I said, like I don't really play mages that much, but we'll definitely get into that at some point in the playthrough. But you know, with this game you can't rush it, man. You gotta take it slow. So yeah, so eventually I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a giant attack here, but I guess we missed it. Oh, there it is. Okay, they just popped up late. And he's dead.
Must have scared him off.
Yeah, you must have.
You look wrong. Come to your Vasker and be a companion.
Okay. Let's go ahead and talk to this chick over here, because she wanted to talk to me. Because everyone wants to talk to me.
Well, that's taken care of. No thanks to you.
It didn't look like you needed my help.
Certainly not. But a true warrior would have relished the opportunity to take on a giant. That's why I'm here, with my shield brothers.
What's a shield brother?
An outsider, eh? Never heard of the Companions? An order of warriors. We are brothers and sisters in honor. And we show up to solve problems if the coin is good enough.
Can I join you?
Not for me to say. You'll have to talk to Kodlak Whitemane up in your Vaskar. The old man's got a good sense for people. He can look in your eyes and tell your worth. If you go to him, good luck.
Alright. Hang on a second. I just got a new thing called Drained. Total magic reduced. Stamina regenerated is 25% lower. Is it? Wait. Don't fucking tell me I'm already tired. We just literally just went to sleep. It's only 12 in the afternoon as well.
How do you feel? I think you might be sick.
Yeah, that's gonna be happening a lot. Well, like I said, I don't know, man. It's like, I mean, I do like the extra challenge of like needing to be warm, needing to eat, and all that stuff. But guess we'll have to wait and see. Uh-oh. I know what this is going to be. You get away from me. Get away from me! Nah, alright, might as well go ahead and get out of the way.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. I've got a letter and a lot of gold. Something about it being your, inheritance. Oh, and sorry for your loss.
What?
Looks like that's it. Got to go.
We just started the game. Who the hell died already? Letter of Harrington. Check this out. These nuts. In the name of Jarl Siggeir, I think that's supposed to be the Jarl of Falkreath? I'm not sure. It is with a great regret that we inform you of someone's death. What? The disease has bequeathed unto you a measure of inheritance to the amount of 300 gold pieces. These Jarl's court has levied the amount of 30 gold pieces from the sum as the lawfully and honorably due tax. Thank you. The remainder has been commended into the care of a trusted courier for deliverance. While all the Jarl's courtiers grieve with you on this day, we rejoice in the knowledge that the deceased was in possession of dear friends and wealth to communicate to them. May this lawfully bestowed inheritance prove as a reminder of your enduring faith in one another, of your all benefits according to you both. Okay. So, this inheritance is supposed to happen when a close friend to you dies, whether it's like someone you're married to or one of your companions. This, I have no clue why we got this. It doesn't even give you a name, which is funny, so, whatever. Alright, anyways, so, let's see. Is there a way I can just turn off survival mode? Yeah, I'm just gonna turn off survival mode. Honestly, like, I mean, I do like the added challenges, but, I don't know, there's like, for me, there's just like way too much, like, stuff going against you.
A jester, funny suit
Oh
and
no.
all.
Skyrim isn't all like
Glorious
hippy
farm.
and dippy and
Fool
stuff.
had a coffin in a cart with a broken wheel. I'd like to see him laugh his way out of that.
Like you guys did.
Well,
Funny.
sounds like you've had
Alright.
quite the journey.
Well, that's the Khajiit caravan. These guys are awesome. Khajiits are like definitely the most famous race in the entire Elder Scrolls community. A lot of people play as them, so. And I see why. They're pretty cool too. So I think they're cool, but like I said though, like when it comes to like being immersed stuff like that, I try to just choose a male human character, stuff like that. But other than that though, I mean, yeah, like in Elder Scrolls Online, I play as a wood elf. In Final Fantasy 14, I play as a Viera. Alright, this person basically says, hey, what's up? See, I have news of Helgen about the dragon attack. Okay, so she doesn't say anything because obviously she's a female. It's a mod, I swear. I'm not saying that she shouldn't talk to me because she's female. Alright. Oh, I guess we can go ahead and level up as well. Hell yeah, we don't have to go to bed now. Alright, so we are basically going to be focusing on health and stamina because, well, we're going to be playing as a melee character. So let's do that. Let's see if we can find our block. So the cool thing about this game is details. There's a lot of detail. If you notice in the background here, you can almost see a guy holding the axe. That is because the red here is, all these choices we have in front of us are basically stuff for melee builds. Right here we have what looks like a guy in a cloak holding a dagger. These are obviously like, stealth lines. You got pickpocketing, you got speed, you got lockpicking, sneak. Yeah, basically for stealthy characters. And then here we have basically, it's gonna be kind of harder to see, but basically a wizard holding a staff. And obviously these all have to deal with magic and all that stuff. So, I kind of don't want to be a basic bitch and just use a sword and shield. So you know what? We will also use magic as well, because magic is cool. So we'll go ahead and switch it up. Right now the only conjuration is skeleton, so we'll go ahead and use spark. So maybe we should go ahead and put something in magicka.
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
Go ahead and took off the hood, looking at a guy from Assassin's Creed.
I just can't fill an order that size on my own. Why don't you swallow that stubborn pride of yours and ask Yorland Greymane for help?
I'd sooner bend my knee to Ulfric's Stormcloak. Besides, Greymane would never make steel for the Legion.
Have it your way. I'll take the job, but don't expect a miracle.
Oh, welcome to White One, by the way.
Greymane or Battleborn?
What?
Got stones in your ears? I asked what side you're on. Greymane or Battleborn?
I don't know what you're asking.
New in town, huh? Whiterun's got 2 clans, both old and both respected. Difference is, the Greymanes turned their backs on the Empire, and we Battleborn stayed loyal. So I'll ask again, Greymane.
That doesn't tell me jack squat, dude. I'm not picking sides.
Sooner or later, we all have to choose a side.
I've been looking for you.
Empire.
Oh,
Got something I'm supposed to
I
deliver.
thought you just gave me something.
I've been looking for you.
Uh-huh, you just said
Got
that.
something I'm supposed to... Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Oh, alright, bye. Alright, what do we got here? Anonymous letter. Oh, this is nice. The Rising Dead. Someone please help! A group of necromancers are experimenting with conjuring zombies using ancient dangerous magic, which I fear will have unintended and irreversible consequences. I was expelled from their studies when their ambitions grew into folly, or against my warning. Alright, this is gonna make me sound a bit more better. They're performing a ritual, summoning a large group of these foul, uncontrollable creatures as we speak in the southernmost area of Skyrim, and it must be stopped before it's too late. Alright. So that was a Creation Club thing. We are basically going to be seeing this courier a lot of times because, you know, Creation Clubs usually start out with couriers giving you letters and also giving you a bunch of freaking stuff to read. Anyways,
Take a look.
what do you got to sell, fam? You don't know? Well, I do. You can have this. And you can have that. And I think I'm going to keep the shield on for now. Just in case I decide to go back to using the shield. Otherwise, peace out.
Until next time.
Alright, so...
Nope. Sorry.
Oh yeah, so I remember what I was going to talk to you guys on the road. So... Gerder
What do you
mentions that, you know, the Jarl of Whiterun needs to know about the dragon attack. So, let's go ahead and go into the map. This is the first time I'm actually showing the map, which is actually pretty funny. So anyways, world map. The world map location that you have discovered have light icons, while locations that you have only heard about have dark icons. You can select any location you have discovered to fast travel to it. Since we turned off Creation Club, we can totally fast travel to anywhere we want now. Anyways, this is the map of Skyrim. Yes. That is right. It's pretty damn big, which is awesome. Ah, this must be the border camp. That's cool. Anyways, so each main city of Skyrim has Jarls, which are, in other words, I guess, kings in each region. So basically, each city has their own region. This region is for the Whiterun. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I can't remember all what the region names and stuff like that. They're like Harmarch and Cedrus, blah blah blah. The Rift and all that stuff like that. So yeah, so like Riften here has its own kingdom here. Obviously, because they're all in one country, they're all cool with each other. Well, besides, you know, the Civil War going on and stuff like that. Anyways, well, obviously, we just talked to Gerder about the High King, Torrig. He resided in Solitude with Jarl Illicif, his wife. But since Torrig died, he's no longer a High King. High King basically commands all of Skyrim, stuff like that. So you got the Low Kings, like, you know, the Jarl of Whiterun, Jarl of Winterhold, etc., etc. Then we got the High King, who usually resides in Solitude. So yeah, so that's that explanation out of the way.
Need something?
No. Alright, so let's go ahead
I'm
and
here to help.
continue.
What do you want, Imperial?
Where's that
Is
one
there
fucker that everyone
something I
likes
can
to
do
kill?
for you?
So I know he's out here. Where are you?
I know your family's...
I mean, anyone who's played Skyrim knows what I'm talking about.
It took me weeks to find that thief's den. I can't and I can't get the sword on my own.
I don't have any money.
You better give me 5 septims right now, or I'm gonna bloody your nose.
No,
Just need to
please.
hire one,
I
maybe
really
two
don't have any money, Braith. I'll give you 10 septims tomorrow. Just don't hit me.
That kid really needs to grow a backbone.
Your wife. If you set foot outside that gate,
Divine smile on you.
Alright. So also another thing is that in each city they actually have temples, depending on each of the 8 or 9 divines. Again, it's up to you to decide whether Talos here is one of the divines or not. The funny thing is, though, is that this is the Shrine of Talos, right? When you activate it, you get the same benefits as activating any other shrines of the 9 divines in any city. Obviously, each shrine comes with their own active effects. I don't know exactly which one that Talos gives you, but yeah, they all give you the same effect. They all cure your disease and removes any other blessings that you may have received from the divines. So yeah, man, it's up to you whether you believe in Talos is one of the divines. Also, I will only go over the lores. They use expansive lores of Skyrim when it comes if it's in a book, because otherwise I'll probably be spending 45 minutes just explaining, you know, like how Nern was created by how Nern was created, how Mundus was created, etc, etc. So yeah, alright, move the fuck out of the way.
Have to listen. What would you have me do then?
What's the meaning of this interruption? Jarl Balgruuf is not receiving visitors.
I have news from Helgen about the dragon attack.
Well, that explains why the guards let you in.
Who's this?
Come on then. The Jarl will want to speak to you personally.
And here's one of our homies, Jarl Balgruuf.
So, you were at Helgen. You saw this dragon with your own eyes?
The dragons destroyed Helgen, and last I saw it was heading this way.
By Ysmir, Irileth was right. What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls against the dragon?
My lord, we should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate danger. If that dragon is lurking in the mountains...
The Jarl of Falkreath will view that as a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him.
Enough! I'll not stand idly by while the dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people. Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Yes, my Jarl.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would be best. Well done. You sought me out on your own initiative. You've done Whiterun a service, and I won't forget it. Here, take this as a small token of my esteem. There is another thing you could do for me. Suitable for someone of your particular talents, perhaps. Come, let's go find Farengar, my court wizard. He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons and rumors of dragons.
So one thing yeah, shut up. Congratulations. So one thing I do want to go ahead and point out. So I will try my best not to fast travel so much throughout this playthrough, but unless, like, say, you know, we're here in Riften. Say we're here in Riften, right? Say that, oh, you need to go get me a freaking cheeseburger all the way in Solitude. Yeah, I'm not gonna travel all the way across Skyrim just for that. So, that's a little crazy. But say that, like, in this mission here where we're about to go, I won't fast travel so much.
Farengar, I think I found someone who can help you with your dragon.
But who's ready for the best? Who's ready for the best voice actor in the entire game?
So the Jarl thinks you can be of use to me. Oh yes, he must be referring to my research into the dragons.
Oh my god.
Yes, I could use someone to fetch something for me.
Oh my god.
When I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be there.
Will the stone tablet help your voice acting? Alright. Alright. Where am I going and what am I fetching?
Straight to the point, eh? No need for tedious hows and whys. I like that. Leave those details to your betters, am I right? I, learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak Falls Barrow. A dragon stone, said to contain a map of dragon burial sites. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself.
Anything you can tell me about Bleak Falls Barrow?
An old tomb, built by the ancient Nords, perhaps dating back to the Dragon War itself. Ah, maybe you just want to know how to get there. It's near Riverwood, a miserable little village a few miles south of here. I'm sure some of the locals can point you in the right direction once you get there.
How do you know the stone tablet is in Beeclough, Arrow?
Must preserve some professional secrets, mustn't we?
He has
I have
almost
my
a Russian
sources.
accent.
Reliable sources.
Alright, tell me more about the Dragon War.
I'm not surprised you've never heard of it. Even I used to think it was just a myth. But not anymore. The Dragon War was a real event, although only the barest glimmer of the actual events has come down to us. Far back in the Mythic era, the dragons were worshipped as gods in Skyrim. Many of the monumental ruins that still dot the landscape were in fact built as temples to the dragons. The details are lost, but at some point, the Nords rebelled. After a long and terrible war, the Nords overthrew their dragon overlord.
So, were all the dragons killed in the Dragon War?
Oh no. Many were killed, of course, but many survived into historical times. Why, this very palace was built by one of Balgruf's ancestors to hold a captive dragon. Hence its name, Dragon's Reach.
Have you encountered any dragons?
Sadly, no. My work affords me few opportunities for such an adventure. Perhaps some hero will bring one to Dragon's Reach, like old Olaf one I once did. What a fascinating conversation that would be.
What are your duties of a court wizard?
I'll put it simply so you'll understand. I
Asshole.
advise the Jarl in matters of magic. If the Hold is faced with any threats or mysteries of a magical nature, I am called upon to explain things and suggest a course of action. Hopefully that answer will satisfy you. Good day.
This is a priority now.
Asshole.
Anything we can use to fight this dragon, or dragons, we need it quickly, before it's too late.
Of course, Jarl Balgruf. You seem to have found me an able assistant. I'm sure he will prove most useful.
Succeed at this, and you'll be rewarded. Whiterun will be in your debt. May the gods watch over your battles, friend.
How can you protect Whiterun from the dragons?
With good planning and constant vigilance. Even now, my court wizard, Farengar, continues his research into ways we might drive back these terrors. We must also have ample reserves of water to combat the fires that will surely spread after an attack. But our greatest weapon? Courage. For if we cannot kill the beast, we must at least have the tenacity to drive it back. Until brave heroes step forward to destroy these monsters, that is the best we can do.
Why do you think Ulfric killed the High King?
No doubt, he thought it was the only way to make his point. And also, because he knew he could.
So whose side are you on?
If it's the war you're referring to, I'm on the side of Whiterun. No doubt General Tullius and his friends in the Empire will tell you that I owe them my loyalty. And perhaps I do. Ulfric Stormcloak would say that I owe my allegiance to the Nord people as they fight for Skyrim's independence. Perhaps this is also true. The day might come when I am forced to draw my sword for one side or the other. But that day has not come yet.
Remember?
Now,
So basically the story behind Ulfric killing the High King. So basically during so the Empire had a big war against the High Elves, and they were getting their ass kicked, and so they signed a peace treaty called the White Gold Concordat. Basically, the Thalmor, who are the High Elves, basically I think they can go over any places of Tamriel they want to, and they also are forcing people to banish the worship of Talos. Talos being one of the main gods that the Nords of Skyrim worship. Obviously that's not going on so well, so Ulfric is started a rebellion against the Thalmor and the Imperials. Ulfric Stormcloak, from what I understand, challenged King Torg to combat for the seat of High King, and Ulfric won. People are saying though that he cheated using the voice, which, you know, using the voice is a powerful shout magic that only people who have been trained under the Greybeards or the Dragonborn can use. We'll get more into that later on, but basically it's up to you whether you believe Ulfric won fair and square or not. Anyways, so as usual, we'll go ahead and end the episode with a story. And there is a story that I remember right here, Kolb and the Dragon. So this, Kolb and the Dragon, I think is the rarest book in Skyrim, if not one of them. Basically what it is a choose your own adventure story. I freaking love to choose your own adventure story. Unfortunately though, you don't get a lot of those. But hey, we'll see if we survive. So anyways, Kolb and the Dragon, an adventure for Nord boys. 1. Kolb was a brave Nord warrior. One day, his chief asked Kolb to slay an evil dragon that threatened their village. Go through the mountain path, Kolb. His chief said. You will find the dragon on the other side. Turn to page 2. 2. Kolb took his favorite axe and shield and walked to the pass, where he found a cold cave, a windy cave, and a narrow cave. Alright, so here we have our choices. Enter the cold cave, 17. Enter the windy cave, 8. Or walk up the trail. I say we can walk up the trail, because either way we're going to a cave, so. Alright. A strong gust of wind blew Kolb's torch out and knocked him into a pit where he split his head and died. The end. Well, shit, we didn't survive long, did we? Alright, let's go back. We'll see if we can try to find the ending, a good ending to this adventure. Alright, so let's enter the cold cave, I guess? I think we gotta go to 17. There we go. Kolb stepped into the frozen cave, but his Nord blood kept him warm. A smelly tunnel climbed ahead of him, and a wind howled from another to his left. A ladder was nearby as well. Take the smelly tunnel, 4. Take the windy tunnel, 8. Climb the ladder, 12. I guess we will climb the ladder. Climbing up, Kolb found a camp. He met a wise man who shared bread and showed 2 paths to the dragon player. One went through the hills, the other through the marsh. I say we go through the hills because marshes suck. Logically enough, right? Kolb stepped onto a rocky hill. He could see the dragon sleeping below and a tavern off the road nearby. Well, if he was set to go kill the dragon, I guess we will climb down. Let's see, so we gotta go all the way to page 16. There we go. Kolb found the lair where the dragon slept. Tendrils of smoke wafting from his nostril, or wafting. The air made Kolb's eyes sting. He nearly slipped on the bones of men picked clean. The beast lay on his side, and the throat and belly both waiting target. Strike the neck or strike the belly. I say probably strike the neck. The stomach could have armor on it. Honestly, I kind of forgot where it's supposed to be. You'll see. Strike the neck, strike the neck, strike the neck, strike the neck. Page 6. Okay. Alright, here we go. The head of the axe lodged itself in the tough, scaly neck of the beast. It wailed and thrashed, but Kolb held it and eventually sawed through the neck. Killing the beast, Kolb returned home victorious, and his village was never bothered by the dragon again. The end. Alright, so we won. Well, in a dead way. Alright, hey, real quick, I'm actually kind of curious to see what would happen if we actually took that tavern. So, see if we can find where that tavern is. Oh, here we go. Page 14. Here we go. Kolb stopped at the tavern to rest before fighting the dragon. High elves ran the tavern, however, and poisoned his meat so they could steal his gold at the end. Alright, so yeah, so you get basically owned. Anyways, that's the adventure book. Woohoo fun. Let's go ahead and see Ingol and the Sea of Gold. So let's go ahead and take this one. So the next time we end the part, we actually have a book. Let's go ahead and get Thief of Virtue as well. Why not?
Need something?
Alright. So we'll go ahead and step outside before we end the episode. There will be another part today. I figure we might as well have at least one part full of action and all that stuff. Why not? Mirror Quest the Dragon Priest. Okay. So basically, the Dragon War, from what I believe, take place in the Mythic era. So obviously in Skyrim you have different eras. First you have the Dawn era, which is what's the creation of Nirn. The Mythic era, I believe, took place when, so before man stepped into Tamriel, there was basically an Antarctic country. I forgot what it's called, but basically it was above Skyrim, and man used to worship the dragons. The dragons were already here before now. So the dragons were basically ruled, or worshipped as gods, and they were and yeah, obviously the men worshipped them and all that stuff. Well, when they came to Tamriel, Tamriel was full of elves, snow elves, high elves. I think high elves. I think Khajiits too. I'm not quite sure. I just know that there was a bunch of elves ruling all over Tamriel.
Need something?
So anyways, let's go ahead and find a place to sit down real quick. So anyways, so
It's a shame, isn't it?
yeah, it is. Alright, so anyways, they were ruled by elves, etc., etc.
Mister, could you spare a coin?
Sure.
Just 1 gold, please?
Here, have a gold piece.
Oh, thank you. Divines, bless your kind heart.
Why are you begging?
It's what Brennan said I should do. He's the only one that's been nice to me since Mama. Since she died. My aunt and uncle took over our farm and threw me out. Said I wasn't good for anything. I wound up here, but I don't know what to do. I miss her so much.
I could adopt you if you want.
Really? Do you have a place I could live?
On the road.
Oh well. Thanks anyway, I suppose.
Basically, you can when you buy a house or build a house, you can adopt kids. But that won't be until much later. Anyways, back to the story. Basically,
can you be my father?
No. Basically, yeah. So basically, the man got tired of the dragons, and they fought back and won. But the dragons never got killed. They got sent forward at the times,
I'm so
which
hungry.
I know you are. Which they were sent forward to our time, which is right now. So yeah, that's basically the story.
I'm so hungry.
Okay, I'm gonna get away from you now, kid. Alright, so yeah, so basically that's what happened. Anyways, I will see you guys hopefully in the next part.
Yes.
Where we're going to Bleak Falls Barrow, and yeah, man.